Hi guys! What the fuck? So, here's the thing. I promised you in the last video that I have to speak about like the maximum performance of the 604, 605 and 606. And I did this video 3 times yesterday. And every time at like 12-13 minutes, I have another 30 to speak. So I have to break it up because we're not going to do hourly long videos. And breaking it up is fucking hard. So I'll try, I do my best, and I hope you like it. So first of all, I had a fucking amazing weekend. And I don't give a shit that you don't care and this is like a motor channel shit. No, I was in this little small town of Silkses. It's like a town that's called Silches, but the beach town is Silkses. I don't know. North of Valencia in Spain, and that was fucking awesome. I love it. So, built engines. That's the topic for today. But we can't really speak about that because, yeah, an hour, 2 maybe. So we'll break it up to a couple of videos and I try my best to keep it short. What kind of power can we expect out of our 604, 605 or 606 when they are built? Let's talk about that and not how to build that engine. So first of all, we build an engine because it gives us options, and options is good. Second, we do it because we get a little bit more power, and I mean as a naturally aspirated engine. An engine that is new will deliver a little bit more power than an engine that is 30 years old. So that means that we can boost a little bit less for the same amount of power, and that's good. It's also good that your friend boosts 3 bar and you boost 3 bar and you still have more power. That's also a plus. So, I mean the options. We can talk about this later, but we have to like scrape the surface a little bit. If we build an engine, we have options. The options are many. It can be everything from changing to the M11 head bolts, because we are building an engine, so we have the head off and we don't have any pistons or anything in the block, so it's very easy to drill and tap the block. I mean, you can drill and tap it without building an engine. You can just remove the head and tape everything up. But I mean, when we build, we have the option to do this. We can also swap cams. We can do everything that we can do without building, but the option is easier, and it's, if we need to make some modifications, we can always do that while building. And it's not that easy when the engine is in the car and everything is hard to get and so on. But we can also choose displacement, and this is the only time that we can do that. So in the stroker kit that we developed was based on Mercedes original stuff. And you can choose to have your om604 in 2.3 liters. Yeah, 2.3 liters. And it's not that big of a gain from a 2.2 to 2.3, but maybe you have a 604 that is 2 liter, and that's a major difference then. The 605 is 2.5 liter in its original state, and you get 2.9 liters out of that one. And the 606 is 3 liter, but you can make that 3.5 liter. And For those who have followed us for a long time, you know that we made some special rods for this application, and yeah, there's a couple of things that you need to think about and modify, but it's not as hard as you think. It's quite an easy upgrade, and you know these engines, I would not say they have a problem with torque, but they are weak in their power as a natural aspirated engine, and going from a 2.5 to 2.9 liter 605, or going for a 3.5 liter 606, that's really a big difference in the low end torque, and they also get insanely angry. You're really waking the engine up. So I think it's a cool upgrade. So that's like the major option you have when you build an engine, that you can do whatever the fuck you want. These CDI hacks, like the 2.7 liter 605 or 3.2 liter 606, they are strange because I've never got the math to work on those. And I mean, if you have done it, or you have a friend that have done it and you have some information regarding it, you can post a comment here on YouTube, of course. But for me, it feels a lot harder to make a 2.7 or a 3.2 than it is to make the 2.9 and 3.5. So it feels like it's more stuff involved and more of a hack involved. So yeah, prove me wrong, please. So, I mean, that's options, and we're at like fucking 7 minutes. 1 minute of beach time in the weekend, but it doesn't matter. So, what kind of power can we expect from a built engine? And now we're talking a normally built engine. 2.2 liter 604, 2.5 liter 605, or 3 liter 606. Normal engines that are built. We can expect, I mean, reliability is, as we have spoken about, very individual. But we need to use that word, because that word is something that you understand, and something that I understand, and something that everybody understands out of their own preferences. But reliably, I would say that we run 100 horsepower per cylinder. 400, 500 and 600 horsepower. The thing is that you do this on a completely standard engine as well. Reliability is different. The amount of boost used is normally different. Depends on how good your old engine is, of course. And I mean, it's not that big of a difference. The difference is that the built engine will run smoother. You will sleep a little bit better, because it will start and do the same thing tomorrow if it's built. And it will last longer if it's built. But you can run the same power. Fairly reliable. What happens if we squeeze all we can out of the engine? All we can out of the engine is 100 horsepower more than cylinders. 500 horsepower in a 604, 600 horsepower in a 605, and 700 horsepower from a 606. More than that, possible, maybe. I mean, some super mega triple turbo compound, yeah, sure, maybe. Everything is possible. I have not seen any good working projects with more power? If you have one, post it, for the love of God. Is that the way you say it in English? Yes, fucking post it. Send it, show us, and no fucking stationary Volvo burnouts, because I hate you all. You have to let that fucking brake go, and you do the burnout at 150 kilometers an hour, or you are a fucking pussy man. So stop the Volvo burnouts. But we need a video of 700 plus horsepower 606s made in a reliable dyno, not the dyno that shows the exactly the torque and power at the exact same RPM, because that is fake. That will never ever in a million years happen. An engine doesn't work like that. Torque and power at the same RPM is not a dyno fucking graph. That's fake news. Alright? So you can go to a fucking green party and you can ban everything, and then you can post your fucking fake dyno charts. But if someone has a real dyno chart with plus 700 horsepower and can prove that that engine is fairly reliable, please post it. But for me, I say to you that 100 horsepower per cylinder more than you have 100 horsepower more than you have cylinders is maximum power from your 604, 605 or 606. You cannot have more and expect any kind of reliability. And I mean, we have to stop here, because this is the power you can expect. No more, no less. And built engines, I don't even fucking know if I can make that in one video, because it's a big subject. But I'll figure something out. And in the next video we're going to talk about building engines and why that's fucking superior. And why it's fun. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to build an engine. Maybe you have to give some shit away to other companies, but you can disassemble and assemble and do all that yourself in your own garage. And that is fucking amazing time. What we call it, quality time, you know. Sometimes you have to escape your wife or girlfriend or family, or sometimes you just have to escape. And building an engine is the perfect fucking linda för själen in fucking Swedish. You know, it's like a band-aid for your soul. I don't know. English is a hard language sometimes. So, now you know. Wait 3 days for the next video. I love you all. Bye.